Hey everybody, it is PK the Squirrel Guy again, coming to you at night. Wanted to show you guys my Halloween decor. My son and I put this all together. So you could say that today's video is brought to you by the fear in Halloween. I wanted to address something as a parent. This is only my opinion. It's only meant to be taken as an opinion. But I think that it's something that needs to be said. We have heard lately many allegations against the one, the only Mr. Beast and his company. And I have not heard one response or reply to these allegations from the point of view of a parent. So I wanted to take the time to do that. And this is just my opinion again. I think that in light of the Ava Chris Tyson allegations, the stories from Dogpack and others that have come forward, it sounds to me like there was a total lack of care for ethical decisions. Remember, these are children that are watching these videos, not adults. I used to sit and watch them with my son, and we would truly enjoy them, but he loved it. But now, even he at 11 is old enough to understand that these things are wrong. And in our house, there is no Mr. Beast. There's no merch. There is no videos, no shorts, nothing. And I think that as parents, we need to look at what we're letting our kids watch. And if it was a form of illegal gambling with fake signatures and giveaways that were not done correctly, these are kids that are being taught to gamble. I remember watching the video that he did with the $50,000 in scratch-off lottery tickets, and I had to explain to my son what they were. So at 9 years old, he was asking me about gambling because of a Mr. Beast video. Now, that to me does not feel ethical. That does not, to me, feel like a good decision. And I think as parents, we need to unsubscribe if we don't agree. I don't believe that there should be a complete character assassination of Mr. Beast, but I think that in light of everything that has come out, in my opinion, I don't believe anymore that the things he does philanthropically are meant to be for the good of people. It seems to me to be, how can it best benefit Jimmy? How can he put more money in his pocket? If, like he said in a podcast, he makes over $700 million or something along those lines, and he gives 100,000 per month to his charity, which is 0.2% of his income, but yet he constantly says he gives everything back to his videos and to people. It just doesn't seem reasonable. It doesn't seem to be likely. And if you look at a lot of the videos, as I have, you can see a pattern, and it just doesn't seem right for kids. And now the Feastables having, been praised as the healthy option, and then a month later or so changing the recipe to be the same as Hershey's. That, to me, in my mind, that's a bait and switch. That's getting kids and parents to believe that if we buy this chocolate, it's going to be the safer alternative, and we're supporting somebody that we like, that's supposed to be trusted in the online community. And then that trust, in my opinion, is broken by changing that recipe a month later and no longer being the healthy option, but being the same, which totally undermines everything that it was brought out to be. And now the new product, Lunchly, in my opinion, it doesn't look any different. And if you go by what happened with Feastables and the fact that Beast Burger is just another fast food joint, why would you change from the Lunchables that our kids love to something that we don't, in my mind, don't have the ability to trust the source behind it anymore? If the one thing my son got out of Mr. Beast videos was not philanthropy, but gambling, I'm not okay with that as a parent. I'm not okay with things being fake when they're advertised as being real. And there's so many accusations that it's hard as a parent to overlook them and just say, well, it's Mr. Beast, so it's got to be okay. He isn't beyond reproach. Mr. Beast may be the biggest YouTuber in the world, and I know I'm probably the smallest, or close to. But I still felt it was right to put my opinion out there, to speak for parents that might feel the same way, that don't want gambling brought into their kids' lives at 8, 9, 10 years old, that don't want to have to explain what SA allegations are to their young kids, and to have to explain why Mr. Beast might have not been truthful when that seems to be the base of his whole platform. Now, again, this is just my opinion based on watching several videos about the situation. Dogpack and I believe it was Rosalina have made excellent points with a lot of credibility behind them. And I just don't think it's right for Mr. Beast to go unchecked. He says he didn't know. Yet, Chris was his best friend. Or Ava. His best friend. My best friend and I know pretty much everything about each other. There's no secrets like that hidden in a box that are just going to come out and be, oh my God, I didn't know. I think, in my opinion, I wish Chandler would leave Mr. Beast and go make his own videos. I think Chandler was the man. He was constantly the one getting dumped on in videos, handled it very well, calmly, had a lot of character, had a lot of genuine feeling, and you could see it. In my opinion, I think Mr. Beast fakes himself. You look back at so many of his interviews, how he has talked about women in the past. I don't feel comfortable with my family ever supporting the Mr. Beast brand ever again. And I think I'm going to go with UTB. Unsub the Beast. I think it's time for people to take accountability, take responsibility for what their kids are watching, for the YouTubers that are creating the content their kids are watching. We need to support the ones that we feel are promoting our values. And in my opinion, I don't think Mr. Beast does that. I think he did at one point have the idea that being nice benefits him financially. And by giving out large prize money to people that might need it, there's a lot of situations where that cannot end up well, where people feel as though they're held hostage by the need for that amount of money. Like Jake Weddle, his situation, the interview he did on Dog Pack's channel, the second video, was, you talk about genuine and just pulling at the heartstrings, because you could just tell he was real. He was hurt, and he wasn't trying to manipulate Mr. Beast for money. He was just speaking out about the treatment that he received. And that, to me, says a lot. That, and the fact that Mr. Beast can respond to criticism about his new lunch product, but not the allegations that are being brought forth that truly are serious when your audience is kids under 15 years old. You would think the first thing he would do is get out in front of it and say, look, this happened, this is how I'm dealing with it. having an in-house investigation, investigating yourself, how does that end with any credibility whatsoever? I can go in and investigate myself for something, and I guarantee you it's not going to turn out the same as if an independent firm or the police or the FBI or somebody like that were to investigate somebody. It's going to be completely different than if somebody investigates themselves. Like, I that's what I don't understand. Like, how do you say, okay, well, yeah, we're going to do this in-house and we'll take care of it. I didn't know it happened, but we'll take care of it. That, to me, that's not credible. That's my opinion. That's how I feel. And that's how I believe we're going to stand as this unfolds. I think, in my opinion, I think Mr. Beast found a way to become famous, to become rich, and to try to build an image that was beyond reproach, that was untouchable. And I don't believe that anybody on this earth is untouchable or beyond reproach. I think that it's just not the way things are. And your audience and what they believe is what your whole house of cards is built upon. And if you don't do or act the way you have said you would, said you are, if it comes out that everything you said was a lie or a half-truth, that whole foundation starts to crumble. People are going to turn away. People are going to go to a different creator. You know, I think it was great when PewDiePie was the #1 YouTuber. And to be honest, why not again? There was a guy that was credible, in my mind. Or, like I said, I wouldn't mind seeing the Chandler channel by himself, get away from all this, go on your own. I think you've got enough following, you could do it. And I think people would watch. So far, his name is the only one out of that group that really has not had a single thing negative spoken. So that's just a parent's opinion based on allegations. Again, nothing's been proven, nothing's been shown or it, gone through a court of law. But public opinion is important, and I don't think that that my public opinion would ever be to support the channel of Mr. Beast ever again. And I think that we need to really look at what our kids are watching and actually understand it for what it is. I don't want to have conversations like gambling with my 9-year-old because of a video. That's just how I feel. Let me know what you guys think. Again, it's just my opinion, just my thoughts based on what's been put out so far. And I thought, I have not heard any other parents actually speak on how they felt about it. So I thought I'd put that out there. And you know, if you're feeling good today, if you're feeling frisky, leave a little like there, share the video, subscribe. We're just a small channel. There's not a lot of editing, not a lot of production value, but it's just a lot of crazy squirrels and some opinions. So, hope everybody's doing well. Remember to pet your dog, cat, hamster, guinea pig, ferret, all of the above, and say hi to your neighbor. And remember, this is my opinion. You don't need to feel the same way. I'm just saying it might be good to think about what we're supporting and what we're subscribing to for our kids and what we're letting them subscribe to. It is just as easy to unsubscribe as it is to subscribe. And if the values on screen don't match what we feel is right, that's what we need to do. But again, that's just my opinion and how I feel. So I hope everybody has a great night, and remember to have a very happy Halloween.